How's it going, YouTube? I'm Tyler and welcome to the Fischler Moto channel. So are you looking at getting into the world of motorcycling and getting yourself a bike? If you're like me and live here in the UK, we've all got to start in the same place, by completing a CBT. What is a CBT? A CBT is a training course. It's not a test, it's not a pass or fail. It's basically a training course to prove that you have basic control and safe understanding of how the highway code and the roads work on two wheels, so that you can go ride up to a maximum of a 125cc with L plates for up to 2 years, while you then go and learn to ride a big bike. There's lots of rumours and myths out there on the internet about doing a CBT. So in today's video, I'm going to clear it all up for you, as I work in the motorcycle industry as a CBT instructor. And tomorrow I'm going to take you all to work with me for the day and show you the ins and outs of the industry, how we work, how a CBT works, and what you can expect from a CBT if you're looking at getting into riding bikes. With the intro all done now, I'll see you all in the morning when I'm getting on my bike and heading off to work. I've arrived at work, ART rider training in Langdon. Today I'm going to be working with my colleague Mark. We also call him Stumpy for obvious reasons. I work with him most days. You could say he's my right hand man. So we've had a quick chat about what we've got on the diary today, came up with a game plan, and we're now going to load up the van with 3 manuals, 1 automatic, while we're waiting for our students to arrive. So that's all the bikes loaded up onto the van, and all 4 students have arrived and are signed in, ready to start the day. Mark's taken them all into the classroom to get started on element A. During your CBT, you'll have to complete 5 elements throughout the day. There's element A, B, C, D, and E. Element A is all about safety clothing and legal requirements of the gear we wear while out on a bike. When it comes to riding a bike, the only thing we legally have to wear is a helmet, which conforms to ECE standards. Apart from that, everything else is common sense. But in this element, we like to educate the students on why common sense prevails and why you want to wear the gear even though it's not a legal requirement. It's just a simple discussion about the clothing and a few demonstrations, just so that they can learn the basics. Once I've done that, they'll then come out here into the workshop, where we'll get on with element B, which is all about the controls and basic maintenance of your bikes. We start element B by demonstrating and explaining all of the controls on the bike. Then we cover our daily basic checks, followed by our regular maintenance checks, covering topics like tyres, brakes, lights, suspension, and more. It's not a lesson on how to rebuild your bike, but more a lesson on how to spot faults before they become a problem. So now that element B is done, we all hopped in the vans and we've headed down to our training pad here at Holy Cross. So the first 3 chaps, as you've seen, have all got riding experience. They've all hopped on the bikes, pulled away, controlled, stopped controlled, and they're all stopped at the line. The young lady over there, she's a complete novice, completely new, just spending a bit of extra time to getting her up and running. Everyone learns differently, so don't worry if you're a complete newbie, don't know what you're doing, because we've all got to start somewhere. Once the young lady is up and running and pulling away smoothly, we're going to get them all going around the training pad together, just practicing that pull away and stopping a few more times, and then we'll move them into the next exercise, which is getting into second gear. So they're all moving around, they're all pulling away smoothly, and they're all stopping controlled. They're also going into second gear nicely. So the next exercise here at the training pad is going to be going into the slow maneuver technique. This is the technique we use when we're going slowly and basically want to have control when changing direction, like going around a roundabout, doing junctions and stuff like that. Because any idiot can do 200 miles an hour in a straight line, but it actually takes a bit of skill to go 5 miles an hour slowly, controlled, and change direction. Perfect, mate. You got that nice there. Lovely. Nice. Doing really well there, mate. They've all picked up the slow manoeuvre control technique rather quickly and rather well, to be honest, as a complete group. I'll be honest, it is quite tricky. Some people can struggle. Some people take to it like a duck to water. But once again, we all learn differently. So now they've all completed that, the next exercise is going to be the figure of 8, which is what Mark is currently explaining at the moment. We do the figure of 8 between these two cones. The figure of 8, hopefully when you're out on the road, you shouldn't have to do a figure of 8 in the middle of the road, because if you are, you're most probably pretty lost. But the figure of 8, we do it to help demonstrate going around a roundabout slowly and changing direction slowly. You can do a figure of 8, you can do a slow turn basically. After the figure of 8, we move on to the U-turn exercise. During this exercise, we also explain and demonstrate blind spots and the importance of lifesavers, as we can't trust the mirrors to show us everything that's going on behind us. They've all completed their U-turns and all the other manoeuvres we need to do down the pad. Mark is now explaining the emergency stops, because when you're out on the road, emergencies could happen at any time. So you need to know how to stop that bike in an emergency. An emergency stop isn't rocket science, but it's a little bit more involved than when you do an emergency stop in your car. So we like to take the time, explain it to the students, but when we get them to do it, we don't get them to come down to us like a rocket. There is no real emergency. It's more the technique we're looking for than it is to see them stopping on a spot. That's all the pad work completed. They've all been doing rather well, considering some of them are newbies, some of them got a little bit of experience, but none of them got loads of experience. I'm quite impressed with what they've been doing. It's now time for some lunch, so we're going to go have a rest for half an hour, and then after lunch we'll come back to the unit where we'll go back into the classroom and get on with element D, which is all about highway code and road safety. Everyone's now back at the unit. We've all had a lunch break, we're all refreshed. All the students are in the classroom ready for element D. Element D is all about highway code and road safety. It's just a classroom based element, just making sure the students know the basics of the highway code before we go out on the road ride. That's element D all done and completed. All the students now have a good understanding of how the highway code works and the rules of the road. So Mark's just given them all a safety briefing and a quick chat before we head out on the road ride. How this is going to work: there'll be 2 students to 1 instructor. We'll be communicating with them over some radios, or I actually use Center 30Ks talking to them on mesh because they're quite clear. And the road ride will start off by us instructors spoon feeding the students through every junction. And as the road ride goes on and we see they're not needing the spoon feeding, we're going to start taking it back. And hopefully by the end of the road ride, we're just going to be giving them directions and seeing how they're going to ride under their own initiative. If there's any bits where they need a bit of correcting or errors or anything like that, we will correct them, we'll point them where they've gone wrong and hopefully get them correct. When Mark's finished the briefing, we're all going to come outside, we're all going to hop on our bikes, put our gear on and go out for a couple of hours out on the road.
While on the road ride, you'll cover a whole wide range and variety of junctions, including roundabouts, left and right turns, hill starts. As well as that, you'll also do a little bit of town riding, some country roads and dual carriageways. At some point, your instructor will ask you to pull up at the side of the road, as while on the road ride, you also have to complete 2 U-turns and 2 emergency stops on the public highway.
That's it. Very successful road ride completed. I'm happy to say that today all 4 students will have completed their CBT. At the moment, they're all sat in the student room. They don't know the good news yet, but I'm about to go in there, give them the good news and sign all their paperwork. That's 4 happy students who have all completed their CBT today. Hopefully, if you're looking at doing a CBT, today's video has given you some insight into what to expect. And also, if you're someone who's been riding for a few years and thought about getting into this as an industry and becoming an instructor, hopefully it's given you guys an insight on what you can expect from the industry as a career as well. Doesn't matter if you're a complete new rider or an experienced rider, a CBT is set up so that anyone can do it. Like I said at the start of the video, if you want to ride a bike here in the UK, you've got to do a CBT legally by law before you can ride a bike on the roads. If you've got any comments, any questions about CBT, please let us know down in the comment section and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. If you are in the Essex area and you're looking at doing a CBT, well, give the number a call, come see us here at Art Rider Training and we'll help you get through your CBT and start your motorcycle journey. Hopefully you've all found this video useful. If so, make sure to subscribe to the channel and I will see you in the next video soon. Thanks for watching.